everyone, I'm Kristel and Celemin from the Batangas State University, Alangilan Campus, taking Bachelor of Science in Information Technology from the section 2105.
This video is all about the packet tracer of the chapter 9. So the packet tracer simulation TCP and UDP communication. So the objectives: generate network traffic in simulation mode, examine the functionality of the TCP and UDP protocols. The background: this simulation activity is intended to provide the foundation for understanding the TCP and UDP in detail. Simulation mode provides the ability to view the functionality of the different protocols. As data moves through the network, it is broken down into smaller pieces and identified in some fashion so that the pieces can be put back together. Each of these pieces is assigned a specific name, protocol data unit, the PDU, and associated with a specific layer. Packet tracer simulation mode enables the user to view each of the protocols and the associated PDU. The steps outlined below lead the user through the process of requesting services using various applications available on the client PC. This activity provides an opportunity to explore the functionality of the TCP and UDP protocols, multiplexing, and the function of port numbers in determining which local application requested the data or is sending the data. So the part 1, generate network traffic in the simulation mode. Step 1, generate the traffic to populate address resolution protocol or the ARP table. Perform the following tasks. Task to reduce the amount of network traffic viewed in the simulation. So click the multi-server. So this one. Click the desktop tab and the command prompt. Desktop and the command prompt. Then enter ping 192.168.1.255. And then this will take a few seconds on every device and network response to multi-server. So it has 4 replies here. Then close the multi-server window. So we will close. So they have replies. So it's done. Then generate web HTTP client. Switch to simulation mode. So this one, we will put it in the simulation, and then uh, click HTTP client and click the desktop tab browser. HTTP client, and then the desktop tab, and then the web browser. Then this one. In the URL field, enter the 192.168.1.254. Then click Go. Envelopes PDUs will appear in the simulation window. So minimize but do not close the HTTP client configuration window. So as you can see here, it is the envelope. Then we minimize that. Then step 3, generate FTP traffic. Click FTP client and click the desktop tab, command prompt FTP, and then the command prompt desktop, then the command prompt. Then enter the FTP 192.168.1.254. Then PDUs will appear in the simulation window. So minimize but do not close the HTTP client configuration window. So the FTP client has already the envelope. Then next is the step 4, generate DNS traffic. Click the DNS client and click the desktop tab and then the command prompt. So enter the ns lookup multi-server multi-server.pt.ptu command, and then minimize, do not close the DNS client configuration window. So we will minimize this one, and you can see here, so it already has an envelope here. Then step 5, generate email traffic. Click email client and click the desktop tab and the email tool. Desktop and the email tool. So this was the email. Then uh, select the compose and enter to user. To user at multi-server multi-server uh, .pt.ptu, and then the subject, personalize the subject line. So uh, you will put anything here. So let's put the personalize. So personalize the subject line, and then email body. So personalized email. So after that, we will send it, and then we will minimize it. So the email client has already the envelope again. Then verify the traffic generated ready for simulation. Every client computer should have PDUs listed in the simulation panel. So this is the simulation panel. So we have here the device of HTTP client, FTP client, DNS client, and email client. The part 2, examine functionality of the TCP and UDP protocols. Examine multiplexing as all of the traffic crosses the network. You will now use the capture forward button and back button in the simulation panel. Click the letter A. Click the capture forward once all of the PDUs are transferred to the switch. So as you can see here, the envelopes is all in the switch. Then click capture forward again. Click capture forward again. Uh, some of the PDUs disappear. So here, some PDUs disappear. So what do you think happened to them? So they are stored in the switch. Then click capture forward 6 times. So 6 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Then all clients should have received a reply. Note that only one PDU can cross a wire in each direction at a given time. What is called? So it is what we call the multiplexing. So the next one is click back 8 times. This should reset the simulation. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So as you can see here, so the envelope became in their respective uh, respective PCs. Then, next is this one. Examine HTTP traffic as the clients communicate with the server. A. Filter the traffic that is currently displayed to display only HTTP. HTTP and TCP PDs filter the traffic that is currently displayed. Click Edit Filters, and then toggle the Show All None. After that, select the HTTP, and the TCP. So after that, uh, click anywhere outside of the Edit Filter box to hide it. And then the visible events should now only display the HTTP and TCP. So this one. So the HTTP and TCP is the only visible events. So number 2, click capture forward. Hold your mouse above the HPDU until you find that uh, the one that originates from the HTTP client. HTTP client. So let's try this one. Click the PDU to open it. Then uh, click the inbound PDU details tab and scroll down to the last section. What is the section labeled? So the inbound and to the last. So you can see what is the question here is that uh, what is the section labeled? So this is the TCP is the last uh, is the section labeled the TCP. Then the question again, are these communications considered to be reliable? So yes, then letter D, record the SRC port, destination port, sequence number, and acknowledge number values. What is written in the field to the left window field. So the 10, so this one, the source port. 1025 could be different. The 8000 So this one, the source port is 1025. The destination port is 80 or the 80. The sequence number is 0. The acknowledgement number is 0. Then the SYN. Then close the PDU and click the captured forward. So this one. We'll close it. Then close the PDU and click capture forward until the PDU returns to the HTTP client with a check mark. So we it has now a check mark. So we will now proceed to letter F. So click the PDU envelope and select inbound PDU details. So we will select click the PDU envelope and select inbound details, and then how are the port and sequence number different than before? So 80 So where's that? Scroll down. The 80, uh, so this one. So a while ago, our destination is 80. So now it is 21. Then the 1025 and then the 0. So a while ago, so this is 0. So not, now it is a 1. And then the acknowledgement is also 1. So the source and destination ports are reversed and the acknowledgement number is 1. The SYN has changed to SYN plus acknowledge. So the next is, what we will do is this one, letter G. There is a second PDU or a different color which HTTP client has prepared to send to multi-server. This is the beginning of the HTTP, so we will close it. HTTP communication. Click the second PDU envelope and select outbound PDU. Outbound PDU, and then uh, letter H. What information is now listed in the TCP section? So we'll just scroll down it. So this is the TCP. So the question here is, what information is now listed in the TCP section? How are the port and sequence numbers different from the previous two PDUs? So that 1025 and uh, the source and destination. So as you can see here, so the inbound, so the source port is the 1025. So now in the outbound, so it is 21. Then the source port and destination port reverse their their port number or ports, and both sequence and acknowledgement numbers are 1. So the sequence number and acknowledgement number is same as 1. Then step 3, so click back until simulation mode is reset. So we will just back here. So step 3, examine FTP FTP traffic as the clients communicate with the server. In the simulation panel, change edit filters. So we will change it to FTP, and the TCP. So we remove the HTTP. And then click captured forward once, hold your cursor above, and then it originates from the FTP client. So letter C, click the inbound tab and scroll down till the last section. Then the question is, what is the section labeled? So the TCP or so. Are this communication considered to be reliable? So yes, record the SRC port, destination port, sequence number, and acknowledgement number. So they have the source port of 1025, destination port of 21, sequence number of 1, acknowledgement number of 1. Close the PDU and click the captured forward until the PDU returns to the FTP with a check mark. So that is the check mark. So after that, click the PDU envelope and select standard in the details. So the letter F is how the are the port and numbers different than before. So we will just scroll it down. So the source and destination ports are reserved and acknowledged, and number is 1. Then letter G, click the outbound PDU details tab. How are port sequence? So the outbound. And then the uh, how are port and sequence number different from the previous two results? So the destination are reversed and both sequence are numbers are 1. So they reverse. So a while ago our source is 1025. So now our source port is 21. So a while ago the destination port is 21. Now our destination port is 1025 and the sequence number and the acknowledgement number is the same as 1. Then close the PDU and click the capture forward. Close the PDU until second PDU returns to the FTP client. The PDU is a different color. So it is now in the FTP. The PDU in different color. So this is the different color. Open the PDU, select inbound. So we will open that and then inbound and then scroll down past to the TCP section. So that is a the question is what is the message from the server? So the message is welcome. So this is the message. Welcome to PTFTP server. So after that, back until the simulation mode is set. After that, so step 4, examine DNS traffic as the clients communicate with the server. In the simulation panel, change edit filters to display only DNS and UDP. So we will edit filters, and we will just need the uh, DNS and UDP. DNS and UDP. The DNS and the UDP. So this one, and then we'll exit. So there's the DNS and the UDP only. Then click the PDU envelope to open it. To open it, and then the inbound details. So it is labeled UDP. So it is a UDP. And then are this communication considered to be reliable? So no. Record the SRC port. The SRC port and destination port values where there are no sequence and acknowledgement ports. More, port. So the source of 1025 and destination of 53. So the question here is that why is there no sequence and acknowledgement number? So because the UDP does not need establish a reliable connection. So after that, record the SRC port and destination port. Close the PDU and click capture forward until a PDU returns to the DNS client with a check mark. So now it has a check mark. Then click the PDU envelope and select the inbound details. So the inbound PDU details, and then uh, how are the port sequence number different than before? So we will put that in the UDP. So the source and destination port are reversed. Then what is the last section of PDU called? So DNS. So this is DNS answer. Then click back until the simulation is reset. Fill back until the simulation is reset. In the simulation panel, change the so we are now in the step 5, examine email traffic as the clients communicate with the server. In the simulation panel, change the edit filters to PO POP1. We will remove it first. The POP3 and the says here and the SMTP and then the TCP. And then click the capture forward, hold your cursor above each PDU until you find someone that originates from the email. So click the so that's one. Then click the PDU to open it. So after that, uh, click the inbound. So after that, tab and scroll down. So the question here is that what transport layer uh, protocol does email traffic use? So it uses the TCP. And are these communications considered to be reliable? So yes, then record the SRC port. So it has 1025, then the 25, then 0 and 0. Then written the what is written in the field to the left of the window field. So that is there. Then the YSYN. So we will close it. Click the PDU envelope and select inbound details. So that is then the different close the PDU and click capture until the PDU returns to the email client. So after that, how are the ports and sequence number different from previous to PDU? So the source and destination ports are reversed, and both sequence and acknowledgement source numbers uh, are acknowledgement numbers are 1. And then letter J, what email protocol is associated with TCP port 25? So that is the SMTP. And what protocol is associated with TCP port 110? So that is POP3. And then click back until simulation mode is reset. And then we are now in the step 6. So I think this is the last step. See TCP active session, perform the following steps in quick succession. Switch back to real-time mode, then click the multi-server and the desktop tab in the command prompt. And then enter the net stat command. So the question there is what what are listed in the left column. So answer will vary, but students may see all the 21, 25, and 80. They should have certainly see 21. And then letter C is what states are the sessions in. So and possible states include the close, established, and last act. So I think this one is established. Then repeat the next start several times until once. So that's that again. So one is established. Then for which service connection is still open. So this the answer for that is the server is waiting for the password for the client. So that's all for this video. Thank you for watching.